G'day everyone, welcome to my new Booktube channel. My name is Adelaide. You can call me Del or Adele or Adelaide, just please do not call me Addie. I thought it would be best for my first video to copy everyone else and do the YouTube newbie tag, just so you guys can get to know me and what to expect from my channel and from me. So I won't take a long time to ramble, I'll just get straight on to the questions. So question 1 is, why did you start this channel? And the answer to that is very simple. I started this channel because one of my peers who is studying psychology, one of my peers who is studying psychology suggested that making a YouTube video would help me with my confidence and my self-esteem. And since the only thing I'm really interested enough to do videos about is books and fan fiction, that's what I'm going to be concentrating on. So Booktube it is. So question 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? Well, first of all, there's me. I'm me, I'm not you. My thoughts and opinions are mine, and they're not your thoughts and opinions. Sorry, that's unique compared to other people, I guess. Secondly, I am a mood reader. So because of that, I often read books a long time after other people have read them, or not at all. I read really old books from like the 70s and even earlier. I don't mean classics, I just mean ordinary books that pretty much probably everyone read at the time, but nobody seems to read now. And thirdly, while this is certainly mostly a Booktube channel, it is not exclusively a Booktube channel, in that while I will definitely be reviewing books and doing wrap-ups and all the usual Booktube stuff, I will also be reviewing fan fictions, fan films, fan art, and I'll probably do cookbooks as well. And when I do cookbooks, that means I'll probably cook some of the recipes from the cookbooks first, which I'll also put on my channel. I will also probably do recipes from books that I've read, or from book-based media such as films that are based on books, or songs, fan songs, things like that. And also I'll be, not often, but sometimes I'll also be talking about movies or television shows or any other media that has been based off of a book, or that has had a book based off of it. So question 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? First of all, I'm excited to be stepping outside my comfort zone. Excited and afraid, but excited is part of it. Also, I'm excited to be learning new skills because I have no experience with things like editing or filming or anything like that. And I'm also excited to be able to have discussions with other book lovers, because I don't really have a lot of people around me that I can talk about books with. My mother, who I live with, reads a lot, but our tastes don't usually converge. And my sister, who doesn't live with me but I could talk to, our tastes are vastly different, our reading tastes. So I don't really have anyone I can talk to about books, and this is an opportunity for that. Please forgive me if I keep looking down. I have the questions here on my laptop, so if you see me looking down, that's why I'm looking down, to see what I'm supposed to be answering. And I also have a few dot points to remind me what I wanted to say. So question 4, why do you love reading? I love to learn new things. I love to experience different worlds, and reading, it's enjoyable. You get to leave this world, and I'm one of those people that completely leave the world. Like, my home could be invaded and I probably wouldn't even notice. And I get to experience the world through different perspectives, so I'm not like, broadens my mind. And it's just fun. I mean, why do people enjoy driving? Why do people enjoy watching movies? Why do people enjoy anything they do? It's just fun. So question 5 is a really difficult one. What book or series got you into reading? And the simple answer is, I can't answer that. It's too long ago. I don't remember what got me into reading. I do remember some of the books that I enjoyed as a child, though, at various ages, of course. The Pokey Little Puppy, when I was very little, The Three Little Kittens, and The Little Engine That Could. Those were my 3 favourite golden books. I don't know if you guys have those outside of Australia, but it was like a series of books with like a little sort of gold laminated spine, and they called them little golden books. They were for small children, and those were 3 of them. Tiki Tiki Tempo, which I know is probably not PC these days, but I loved it when I was a kid. I think I just loved the repetitiveness and I felt such a sense of achievement as a child when I was able to learn his entire name. Tiki Tiki Tempo, No Star Rembo, Cherry Bar Richie, Pick Perry Pembo, still remember it. Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy was another one I enjoyed when I was very small. Dr. Seuss, particularly A Fly Went By. I loved that book. I would sit and read it over and over and over. Then I progressed on to chapter books when I would read things like The Secret Seven, Famous Five, The Naughtiest Girl books, Pollyanna, that was one of my favourites, What Katie Did and What Katie Did at School, Pigs Might Fly, which is a hilarious Australian book by Emily Rodda. I highly recommend it. The Trixie Belden books, I absolutely adored those when I was a kid. I've wanted to try Venison Stew ever since I read those books. I've never got around to it though. The Magic Faraway Tree, which I think is on quite a few people's lists. The Black Stallion, Anne of Green Gables. Playing Beady Bow, another Australian book which I recommend. It's a historical fiction, young adult. I used to read a lot of choose your own adventure books. Babysitter's Club I was really into when I was that age. I even took up babysitting, and I would turn up with this big box of stuff trying to emulate the characters from that book. Yeah, I was a bit of a nerd. So, question 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Okay, so I've divided my answers to this into 2 separate sections, book-related questions and YouTube-related questions. So first, the book-related questions. Has being a booktuber influenced your reading habits? What you read, where you read, when you read, how much you read? And if it has it influenced that in a good way or in a bad way? How? Has it given you more confidence, or were you already a confident person? Or has it not helped your confidence at all and you've just got better at hiding how scared you are inside? And with regards to YouTube questions, my first one is, how do you manage your workflow? What programs do you use? There is so much choice out there. I've looked at so many of them and they've all got their pros and cons, and I'm absolutely totally confused. I have no idea what I want to use. So what do you use? Secondly, what free editing software would you recommend? I am completely broke at the moment. I'm in between jobs and I'm studying full time, so anything that's free or very, very cheap would be highly appreciated. Next, how long did it take before your videos started to look halfway decent? Now my confidence motto to help me do this is, even Mr. Beast's videos sucked at first. Obviously they don't now, and obviously I don't expect to be big like Mr. Beast, but it just helps me to remember that even if this video sucks, so does everyone's first video. But how long did it take for your videos to not suck? To maybe not be great, but to start to pick up in quality, to a standard that you're happy with, or you maybe still not happy, I don't know. The next question I would have from you is, hey, could you maybe do me a solid and hit the like button? Gives me help with the algorithm, and it lets me know that people are actually watching my video. I think I can do that in the analytics actually, but still, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. And finally, if could only give one piece of advice, what would it be? Okay, question 7. What challenges do you think will be hardest to overcome? Okay, first of all, with relation to books, I think learning to give reviews beyond a simple, I liked it, I loved it, I hated it, I think that's going to be the hardest thing for me. I'm not used to doing that. I was never a very good student when I was in school, so having to relearn how to do a proper book review with regards to talking about characterization, plot, writing voice and all the rest of it, that's going to be a learning curve for me. With regards to videoing, my challenges I think are going to be finding a good place to film, because my house doesn't have a lot of places that are quiet and well lit. So my first few videos I'm probably going to be in a different place each video as I test out where's the best place to get a good quality image and sound. Learning the technical stuff, so things like editing, writing good descriptions, designing the thumbnails, all that sort of thing. I have no experience with any of that, and so that's going to be a massive learning curve for me. Personally, I think my biggest challenge is going to be fear. I decided to make this channel before Christmas, and I've only just now got up the courage to film it. So I think fear and nervousness and confidence, those are my biggest challenges with this personally. Question 8, when did you start reading? I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't remember a time when I didn't read. I asked my mother. She also doesn't remember a time when I didn't read, so I can't answer that question. I do remember, though, when I was in primary school, that I was definitely well ahead of most of the students there. I used to get teased quite a lot because I was at the point where I was reading chapter books and I was reading them in my head, where they were still sounding things out in picture books. And so they used to like tease me and tell me I was just pretending to read, which wasn't the case. I've just been an avid reader ever since I can remember. Question 9, where do you read? The simple answer to that is everywhere. If I'm at the bus stop, I'm reading. If I'm at the doctor, I'm reading. If I'm alone in a pub or a cafe, I'm reading. If I'm waiting for a tutorial to start, I'm reading. Basically, anytime I'm alone or waiting for more than 30 seconds, I'm reading. Except for moving vehicles. I can't read in a moving vehicle, whether it's a bus, train, car. I just cannot read once it's moving because I get terrible motion sickness. So I don't read on the bus like other people do. If you mean where do I like to relax and read, well, I do that at home on a recliner in the lounge room because it's really the only place in my house to be able to relax and read. There's no really where else. I don't have a big house, so I have a big yard. Thankfully the landlord sends a gardener to look after it because I don't want to. There's so many roses and other things that I don't know how to look after. I'm the kind of person who can kill a cactus. But the house, not so much. Question 10. What kind of books do you like to read? Well, I can tell you what I used to like to read, which are thrillers, crime drama, horror, fantasy. But there was a period of time when I was going through depression and I didn't like to do anything anymore. I just didn't want to, like, I couldn't motivate myself to do anything. So I went through a period where I wasn't reading anything. So now I'm having to kind of relearn what I like and what I don't like. So what I do definitely like are fan fictions. I absolutely love reading fan fiction, especially Harry Potter or Harry Potter crossovers, though I do read some others. I like short stories. I like non-fiction if I'm interested in the topic. I have been reading a lot of new things because of uni. So things the lecturers have had us read that I would not have picked up myself. So things like Bear v Shark or Station 11 or V for Vendetta, which I had no clue was even a book until it was assigned to us. I thought it was just a film. I didn't know it was based off of a book, which is actually a graphic novel, but they're still books. So my reading tastes are a lot broader than I thought they were, and I'm still kind of relearning what I don't like and what I do like. I can tell you some things I definitely don't like, and that is bodice rippers. So things like, you know, the type of books that I'm talking about, like Mills and Boon, Harlequin Romance, that kind of thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with liking them. I have no problem with people who do like them, so don't go in the comments and think I'm hating on them. I just don't enjoy them myself. I'm not a fan of memoirs. I will read the occasional one if I'm particularly interested in the person, but I generally don't enjoy reading them. If I'm not interested in the topic, then I don't enjoy non-fiction, obviously. And espionage. Like, I don't mean easy to read espionage, like just an ordinary thriller. I mean like complicated espionage along the lines of, say, John le Carre. I find them too confusing. I can't follow the story, and so I don't end up enjoying them. And finally, question 11, which I'm not actually sure is a real question or not, because I've seen it on some videos and some not on others, so but I'll answer it anyway. And that is, what does your book collection look like? Well, at the moment, the majority of my book collection still resides with my ex-husband. But of the books that I have with me, I have a cupboard in the kitchen / dining room where I keep all my to-be-read books. I have a shelf in the kitchen where I keep my cookbooks. I have a shelf in the spare room / storage room where I keep all the books that don't belong to me, so whether I borrowed them from someone or they're library books. If they don't belong to me, that's where they go. I have a shelf in the hallway where my permanent collection sits, and that includes some of my Harry Potter books. I have a shelf in the liquor cabinet, like there's an open shelf that doesn't have any doors on it, that I use for my set of Harry Potter books that are for reading and not just like looking pretty, and my illustrated editions of Harry Potter. And then I have a shelf on my desk, which is where I keep anything I'm currently reading or using for university. So that's me, that's my channel, that's my books. I will, just a few admin things, I am aiming to be uploading every Friday and every Monday, so you can expect my next video on Friday, and looking forward to speaking to you all. Bye.